The HOA president sat in her car, watching workers tear my property apart, sipping coffee, smiling, like she was enjoying my destruction. My backyard looked like a war zone. Trenches everywhere, trees destroyed, grass turned to mud. They were billing me $47,000 for this. Called it emergency drainage infrastructure. Mandatory, non-negotiable, pay or face foreclosure. But something felt wrong immediately. The workers avoided my eyes. The equipment was excessive for drainage work. And when I watched them lowering unmarked black barrels into those trenches, my stomach dropped. That's not how you install pipes. That's how you bury evidence. I was right. What they buried on my property was toxic waste. Industrial sludge. Carcinogenic chemicals. My neighbor died from this exact scheme. Now I was next, unless I could expose them first. This ends with federal arrests and a conspiracy spanning 5 counties. The evidence I found will shock you. Watch until the end. Comment where you're watching from right now. I want to see how widespread this corruption really is. I'm standing on my deck. Coffee's going cold in my hand. Don't care. I'm watching morning mist rise off Lake Morrison like ghosts. Pine trees everywhere. So thick you can smell the sap in the air. Mountains so green they look unreal. Painted. Like someone photoshopped nature itself. This is it. My dream. 15 years I ground myself down in the city. Concrete. Noise. Sirens at 3 a.m. Neighbors screaming through walls. I clawed my way out. Saved every dollar. My contractor buddy Mike. Known him since high school. He found this place. Called me at midnight. I found your escape, he said. 3 acres backing onto protected forest. A stream cutting right through the property. Water so clear you can see trout hovering in the current. The cabin-style house sits perfectly, southern exposure, mountain views from every window, deck overlooking the lake. I left everything behind. The chaos, the crowds, the suffocation of city life. Here it's just me, nature, and silence. Or that's what I thought. The HOA seemed normal at first. Friendly even. President's name is Diane Crawford. Late 40s. Maybe early 50s. Hard to tell. She's got that ageless thing going. Expensive haircut, those crisp polo shirts with the HOA logo embroidered on the chest. Smile plastered on her face like it's part of the uniform. At closing, she handed me a welcome packet. Thing was thick as a phone book. I skimmed it. Big mistake. Huge. Life-destroying mistake. But I didn't know that yet. Just saw standard stuff. Keep your lawn neat. No parties after 10 p.m. Paint colors need approval. Normal HOA things, right? Wrong. There were sections I missed. Subsections buried in legal language. Amendments added over years. Fine print that would later rip my life apart. First month was paradise, though. Pure paradise. I built a fire pit by the lake view. Stacked stones myself. Sat out there every night watching stars. More stars than I'd ever seen. The Milky Way looked like someone spilled milk across black velvet. I planted native wildflowers along the property line. The ones that belonged here before houses existed. Purple lupins. Indian paintbrush. Black-eyed Susans. They attracted butterflies. Hummingbirds. Life. Started hiking the trails behind my property every morning. 5 miles into protected forest. Saw a black bear once. We stared at each other for 30 seconds. Then it lumbered away. Peaceful. Mutual respect. Neighbors were distant but polite. Wave from driveways. Not at the mailbox. That's fine. I didn't come here for community. I came here for peace. Then I got the first letter. Certified mail. Had to sign for it. The mail carrier gave me this look. Pity. Like he knew what was inside before I did. Notice of compliance review. My stomach dropped reading those words. The letterhead was official. HOA seal. Diane's signature at the bottom in crisp blue ink. They were coming to inspect my property for community standards alignment. Inspection date. Next Tuesday. No option to reschedule. No explanation of what they were looking for. Just a date. A time. And a warning that failure to provide access may result in violation proceedings. What could they possibly want? I kept my property immaculate. Lawn mowed. No trash. No violations I could think of. I read the letter 3 more times. Hands shaking. Coffee now ice cold. Something felt wrong. Deep in my gut. That instinct you get when you're about to walk into an ambush. I was right to be afraid. I was about to find out just how right. And I'd wish I never bought this property at all. Tuesday morning. 8 a.m. sharp. I'm watching through my kitchen window. 3 black SUVs roll up my gravel driveway. Slow. Deliberate. Like a funeral procession. Diane steps out first, clipboard in hand, sunglasses on even though it's overcast. Behind her, for board members I've never seen before, never even knew existed. They're wearing matching windbreakers. Navy blue. HOA logo on the back. This isn't an inspection. This is an invasion. I'm still in my bathrobe. Didn't expect them this early. Didn't expect this many people. Diane doesn't knock. Just walks straight to my door and pounds. 3 hard hits. I open it. We'll need full property access, she announces. Not asks. Announces. I don't even get to respond. They spread out like a SWAT team executing a raid. One guy's already at my fire pit taking photos. Another's measuring my deck with a laser measure. A woman with a tape measure is checking my fence posts. Wait, what are you? I start. Diane cuts me off. Standard compliance review. Per section 12 of the bylaws you agreed to. She's walking my property now. Pointing. Talking into a voice recorder. The board members follow her like disciples. I'm trailing behind them in my bathrobe. Barefoot. Feeling like an intruder on my own land. Your landscaping violates section 47, subsection C, Diane says. She's pointing at my wildflowers. The native ones. The beautiful ones bringing life to this place. Non-approved species, she continues. Makes a note on her clipboard. They're native plants, I say. My voice sounds weak. Defensive. Not on the approved landscaping list. She doesn't even look at me. One of the board members, older guy, gray beard. He's photographing my fire pit from 6 different angles. And this fire pit, Diane says, walking over to it. Recreational structures require pre-approval per section 34, subsection F. Did you submit a recreational structure permit? It's a circle of stones. Stones I gathered from the stream. Arranged them myself. It's just rocks, I say. Unapproved recreational structure. Another note. We'll need detailed remediation plans within 15 days. She hands me a violation notice. 6 pages long. Printed on official letterhead. Each violation listed with code numbers. Legal references. And at the bottom of each one, potential fines. $500 to $5,000. Per violation. My hands are shaking flipping through the pages. They're nitpicking everything. The height of my deck railing. The color of my mailbox post. The species of trees near my property line. Then Diane walks to my back property line. The part that slopes gently down toward protected forest. Morning sun filtering through pine trees. It's the most beautiful part of my land. She stares at it. Too long. Whispers something to the board member next to her. He nods. Makes a note. This area concerns us, she finally says. My heart's pounding now. Drainage issues could affect the entire community. I look at the ground. It's been dry for 3 weeks. No rain. No standing water. No drainage issues whatsoever. There's no drainage problem, I say. Diane turns to me. Smiles that smile. The one that doesn't reach her eyes. Not yet, she says. But prevention is key. We may need to implement emergency infrastructure upgrades. On your property. Emergency infrastructure upgrades. Those words hang in the air like a threat. What does that mean? I ask. We'll be in touch with details. You'll receive formal notification within the week. They leave in formation. Same way they arrived. 3 black SUVs backing down my driveway. Diane's in the lead vehicle. Doesn't look back. I'm standing in my front yard. Still in my bathrobe. Violation notice fluttering in my hand. 6 pages of my life being picked apart. And whatever emergency infrastructure upgrades means, I know it's going to destroy me. I can feel it. I can't sleep. It's 2 a.m. and I'm in my dark living room. Laptop screen the only light. Googling HOA laws. Reading horror stories on Reddit. People losing their homes over paint colors. Life savings drained fighting legal battles. Foreclosures over $50 late fees that snowballed into $50,000 liens. My chest feels tight. Can't breathe right. Then I remember Mike. My contractor buddy. He's dealt with HOAs on renovation projects. Seen the ugly side. I text him despite the hour. You awake? Need advice about the HOA here. 3 dots appear immediately. Then my phone rings. Get out, Mike says. No greeting. His voice is urgent. Scared even. What? Sell now. Today. Take whatever you can get and leave. Mike, what are you? I've seen this before. The inspection. The violations. The emergency infrastructure bullshit. This is a pattern. My mouth goes dry. Diane Crawford, he continues. I looked her up after you moved in. Should have warned you sooner, but I didn't want to scare you. She's done this to 3 properties I know of personally. Probably more. Done what? Finds supposed infrastructure problems. Forces upgrades. Charges homeowners massive special assessments. Then when they can't pay, he stops. Then what, Mike? Then people lose everything. Their equity. Their homes. The HOA forecloses. Property gets sold at auction. Dirt cheap. My hands are shaking. Phone pressed hard against my ear. It's a land grab, Mike says. Completely legal if they follow their own bylaws. And Diane knows every loophole. Every technicality. Every way to fuck you over while staying inside the law. I spend the rest of the night researching. Coffee going cold. Eyes burning from screen glare. Diane became HOA president 6 years ago. I find the public records. Before her, Greenridge Valley had normal turnover. People bought homes. Lived there. Sold when they wanted to move. After Diane took over, 12 properties foreclosed in 6 years. 12. All for unpaid special assessments. All related to emergency infrastructure upgrades. I dig deeper into property records. Those foreclosed homes. Every single one was resold within 90 days. All to the same company. Summit Ridge, LLC. I searched Summit Ridge. Limited liability company. Registered in Delaware. That's a red flag right there. Delaware corporations hide ownership. But I find the registered agent. Robert Crawford. Diane's husband. My blood runs cold. This is a scheme. A sophisticated, legal theft operation hiding behind HOA authority. They target properties. Create violations. Force expensive upgrades. Homeowners can't afford it. Foreclosure. Then Diane's husband buys the properties for pennies on the dollar. It's brilliant. It's evil. And I'm next. Dawn breaks. I haven't slept. But I have a plan. The next HOA meeting is Thursday night. 7 p.m. Community Center. I'm going to confront her. Maybe it's stupid. Maybe it makes me a target. But I'm not going down without fighting. I shower. Shave. Put on my best button-down shirt. Print out every document I've found. Property records. Foreclosure filings. Summit Ridge corporate documents. Thursday arrives. I walk into the community center at 6:45 p.m. The room goes silent. 20 residents scattered in folding chairs. All of them look defeated. Tired. Beaten down. Diane's at the head table. She sees me. Her smile doesn't waver. I sit in the back. Heart hammering. Meeting starts. Diane's talking about community improvements. Protecting property values. Standard HOA propaganda. Then she clicks to a PowerPoint presentation. A map appears on the screen. Greenridge Valley. All the properties marked. Mine is highlighted in bright red. Biggest red zone on the entire map. We've identified critical drainage infrastructure needs, Diane announces. Her voice is calm. Professional. Like she's discussing weather. Several other properties are marked too. Yellow zones. Orange zones. But mine is the only red one. Emergency special assessments will be distributed next week, she continues. A woman in the front row raises her hand. How much are we talking? Diane pauses. Smiles. We're still calculating final costs. But protecting our community investment is priceless. That's not an answer. That's a threat. I want to stand up. Shout. Expose everything I've found. But I don't. Not yet. I need more. Meeting ends. People file out. Nobody makes eye contact. They all look broken. I'm the last one to leave. Diane's packing up her laptop. See you soon, she says as I pass. Not a greeting. The letter arrives Monday. Certified mail again. I see the mail carrier walking up. Same guy as before. Same pitying look. I sign for it with hands that already know what's coming. Rip it open before he's even back to his truck. Special assessment notice. Immediate infrastructure upgrade required. I skim down the page. Legal language. Whereas clauses. Bylaw references. Then I see the number. $47,500. My vision blurs. $47,500. Due in 60 days. For drainage system installation and erosion prevention measures on MY property. They're billing me to tear up MY land. The letter continues. Work will begin in 2 weeks. With or without owner cooperation. If I don't pay, they'll place a lien on my house. After 90 days of non-payment, they can initiate foreclosure proceedings. I read it 3 times. Each time hoping the number will change. It doesn't. I call every lawyer in a 3-county radius. Most won't touch HOA cases. Too specialized, they say. Not our area, they say. One finally agrees to look at my documents. Takes my $500 consultation fee. Calls back 2 days later. They're following the letter of their bylaws, he says. Voice flat. Disinterested. You signed these covenants when you purchased. Section 89 gives the board authority for emergency infrastructure improvements. Costs are assessed to impacted properties. But it's a scam, I say. Her husband's company buys foreclosed properties. Prove it, he interrupts. You'd need subpoenaed financial records. Discovery process. Depositions. That's easily $100,000 in legal fees. Could take 2 years. And you'd probably lose anyway. So I just pay. Or sell. Cut your losses. I ask about the conflict of interest. Diane's husband. Summit Ridge. You'd need to demonstrate coordination. Prove she's intentionally causing foreclosures for his benefit. Again, discovery. Forensic accounting. Expert witnesses. More money than you have. He's right. I don't have $47,500. I don't have $100,000 for lawyers. I'm trapped. This is America. Land of the free. I own my property. Except I don't. The HOA owns it more than I do. I walk my property that evening, trying to memorize it, knowing it's about to be destroyed. Sunset turning the mountains purple and gold. Stream bubbling. Birds singing their evening songs. I built my dream here. Diane Crawford is about to bulldoze it. Unless I find a way to stop her. I pull out my phone. Start recording video. Panning across my untouched property. The wildflowers. The fire pit. The view of the lake. Today is May 15th. I say into the camera. The HOA just assessed me $47,500 for infrastructure upgrades I don't need. I'm documenting everything from this point forward. If I lose this property, if they destroy me, at least there's a record. I don't know who I'm recording for. Maybe nobody. Maybe everyone. But I keep filming. Then I hear it. Heavy machinery. In the distance. Getting closer. Engine rumble. Backup beepers. I look toward my driveway. Headlights cutting through dusk. Big vehicles. They're early. They said 2 weeks. It's only been 4 days. The machinery keeps coming. And I realize they're not giving me a chance to fight back. They're starting now. Tonight. Dawn hasn't even broken. I jolt awake to rumbling. 5:47 a.m. Grab my phone. Rush to the window. They're already here. 2 excavators. A backhoe. 3 dump trucks. Workers in hard hats and reflective vests swarming my property like ants. I run outside in bare feet. Still in yesterday's clothes. Didn't even change before passing out from exhaustion. Stop. You can't do this. A foreman. Big guy, clipboard, radio on his belt. He holds up paperwork without even looking at me. HOA authorization. Legal right of access per community bylaws section 89 subsection D. Signed by board president. We don't need your permission. But I haven't even. Take it up with your HOA. He turns away. Keys his radio. Start on the back section. We need those trenches dug before noon. I look toward the road. Diane's car is there. Black Lexus. She's sitting in the driver's seat. Window down. Coffee cup in hand. Watching. Just watching. She sees me looking. Raises her coffee cup. Like a toast. Smiling. The excavator roars to life. Diesel smoke. Hydraulic whine. The blade angles down. Then it bites into my backyard. Earth tears open like flesh. A wound 6 feet wide. Soil and roots and grass ripping apart. My wildflowers, the ones I planted by hand, buried under mounds of dirt. The excavator keeps going, dragging that blade, creating a trench that runs the entire length of my property toward the forest. What are you even installing? I scream at the foreman. He shrugs. Drainage system. That's all the work order says. HOA contracted us. We follow the plans. But something's wrong. The trenches are too big, too deep, too many. This isn't drainage work. By 9 a.m., my property looks like a war zone. Trenches crisscrossing everywhere. They've cut through tree roots, destroyed my landscaping, turned green grass into brown mud. The fire pit I built, crushed under excavator treads. Just scattered stones now. I'm filming everything. My phone's at 80% battery, then 60%, then 40%. The workers won't look at me. When I approach, they turn away. Then I see it. A flatbed truck backs up to the main trench. Workers start unloading something. Black plastic barrels. 55-gallon drums. No labels. No markings. Just industrial black plastic with sealed lids. What are those? I call out. Nobody answers. They're lowering the barrels into the trenches. One after another. Careful, like they're handling something dangerous. That's when it hits me. This isn't drainage. They're burying something. I count the barrels as they unload them. 14, 20, 31, 37 total. They position them in the trenches. Then the excavator starts pushing dirt back over them, covering the evidence. Hey, I run toward the trench. What's in those barrels? A worker finally makes eye contact. Young guy, maybe 25. He looks scared. Just following orders, man, he mutters. Orders to bury what? He shakes his head, walks away fast. The foreman intercepts me. Sir, you need to clear the work area. Insurance liability. You get hurt, it's our problem. What are you burying on my property? Materials specified in the work order. Now back up before I call the sheriff. I back up, hands shaking, phone recording everything. By noon, they've buried all 37 barrels. Diane's still there, still watching, still smiling. Our eyes meet across the torn-up property. She doesn't look away, doesn't look guilty, looks victorious. Then she starts her Lexus and drives away. Slow, like she has all the time in the world. Because she does. She owns me now, or thinks she does. I upload everything to cloud storage. Every photo, every video, every document I've collected. If they destroy my phone, the evidence still exists. My property is destroyed. Trenches everywhere. Mysterious barrels buried under fresh dirt. And I have no idea what they just did to me. But I'm going to find out. Even if it kills me. That night I can't eat. Can't think. Just sitting in the dark replaying footage on my laptop. Those barrels. What's in them? 11 p.m. Someone knocks on my door. Not a normal knock. Quiet. Urgent. 3 soft taps. Every muscle in my body tenses. I grab my phone. 911 ready to dial. Grab a flashlight from the kitchen. Peer through the window. Old man. Maybe 70. Gray hair. Flannel shirt. Looks terrified. I crack the door. Chain still on. Don't say my name, he whispers immediately. Please. Don't even acknowledge you know me. Who are you? I live 4 properties down. I'm here because you need to know the truth. Before it's too late. Before you end up like him. Him? I undo the chain. Let him in. He won't sit down. Keeps glancing out my windows. Hands shaking. 6 years ago, he starts. Voice barely above a whisper. My neighbor fought Diane. Good man. Retired Marine. Decorated. Strong. The kind of guy who doesn't back down. He's wringing his hands now. They did the same thing to him. Special assessment. Emergency upgrades. Trenches everywhere. He refused to pay. Got lawyers. Fought back hard. What happened? The old man's eyes fill with tears. They buried barrels on his property too. Just like yours. He started asking questions. Taking samples. Sending them to labs. He stops. Wipes his eyes. Then he got sick. Real sick. Fast. Cancer. Aggressive. Doctors said it was environmental exposure. Toxins. Something he came in contact with. My stomach drops. He died 8 months later. His widow tried to investigate. Tried to prove the HOA poisoned him. But the property was foreclosed before autopsy results came back. Before anything could be tested properly. Diane's husband's company bought it at auction. 20 cents on the dollar. Jesus Christ. His widow moved away. Broken. Bankrupt. Lost her husband and her home in the same year. The old man moves toward my door. Checking outside first. What's in those barrels? I ask. He turns back. Face gray. Haunted. I don't know for certain. But I worked environmental cleanup for 30 years. State Department. Superfund sites. Chemical spills. I know what hazmat operations look like. He points toward my backyard. What I saw them burying today? That's industrial waste. Hazardous materials. Someone's paying the HOA to dispose of it illegally. Using homeowner properties as dump sites. It's cheaper than proper disposal. No regulation. No oversight. Just bury it and cover it up. That's insane. You fight back, he interrupts. You threaten to expose it? You end up like my neighbor. Sick. Dead. Discredited. And your property goes to Diane's husband anyway. He opens my door. Peers into darkness. Get out while you can. Sell for whatever you can get. 10 cents on the dollar. I don't care. Your life isn't worth this. I can't just. Yes, you can. I didn't warn my neighbor in time. I've lived with that guilt for 6 years. I'm warning you now. Leave. Tonight, if possible. He slips out into darkness. Door closes. I lock it. Chain it. Deadbolt. Stand there in the dark. Those barrels are buried 10 feet from my well. My water source. I've been drinking it for months. Showering in it. cooking with it. I run to the bathroom, vomit until there's nothing left. Then I sit on the cold tile floor, shaking. They didn't just steal my property. They poisoned me. And if I fight back, I'm dead. Just like the Marine. But if I run, they win. They keep doing this to others. More victims. More deaths. I pull myself up, wash my face, look in the mirror. I see someone I don't recognize. Someone backed into a corner. Someone with nothing left to lose. That's when I make the decision. I'm not running. I'm fighting. And I'm taking them all down. Or I'm dying trying. Either way, this ends now. I wait until 3 a.m. Dead of night. No moon. Just stars and silence. Grab a shovel from my shed. Flashlight. Sample jars I bought at the hardware store. Latex gloves. My hands are steady now. Fear burned away. Replaced by cold determination. The excavation site is quiet. Trenches partially filled, but still accessible. Fresh dirt mounded everywhere. I know this is insane. Trespassing on my own property. The HOA has temporary operational control per their authorization documents. But I don't care anymore. I need to know what they buried. I climb into the nearest trench. Dirt walls tower above me, 6 feet deep. If this collapses, I'm dead. Buried alive on my own land. Fitting. My flashlight cuts through darkness. Catches something. Black plastic peeking through recently packed earth. There. I dig carefully. Shovel biting into loose soil. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. Sweat soaking through my shirt despite the cold. Then I've exposed it. A barrel. 55 gallons. Industrial black plastic. Sealed lid. No labels. No markings. Nothing. I try to open it. Sealed tight. I use the shovel as a pry bar. Wedge it under the lid. Leverage. Push. The seal cracks with a hiss. The smell hits me instantly. Chemical. Burning. Toxic. Like paint thinner mixed with rotting metal. I gag. Pull my shirt over my nose. Eyes watering. Inside the barrel, sludge. Thick. Dark. Oily. Definitely not drainage materials. This is industrial waste. Exactly what the old man said. I fill 3 sample jars. Seal them tight. My gloves are covered in the sludge. It's eating through the latex. Burning. I take photos. The barrel. The trench. The location. GPS coordinates marked on my phone. Then I scramble out. Run to my house. Hands on fire. Strip the gloves off. Scrub my hands under scalding water. Soap. More soap. Scrub until my skin's raw. Morning breaks. First light filtering through pine trees. I Google environmental testing labs. Find one 2 towns over. 40-minute drive. I'm there when they open. 8 a.m. sharp. Walk straight to the counter. Place my sample jars down. I need emergency hazmat analysis. Rush processing. I'll pay whatever it costs. The technician, young woman, lab coat, safety glasses, she picks up 1 jar. Examines it. Her face changes. Goes pale. Sir, where did you get these? My property. HOA buried them. Called it drainage infrastructure. She sets the jar down carefully. Like it might explode. These samples need to go to the EPA. This isn't routine contamination. This is criminal dumping. Multiple hazardous compounds. I can see it just looking at the viscosity and color. She's already picking up her phone. I need to call my supervisor. Then we're calling federal authorities. This is serious. Environmental crime serious. Within an hour, 2 EPA agents are in the lab. Suits. Badges. Recording everything I say. I tell them everything. Show them my footage. The excavation. The barrels. Workers burying them. Diane watching. Give them GPS coordinates. The older agent, salt and pepper hair, lines around his eyes. He's seen things. Lots of things. But even he looks shocked. We'll investigate, he says. But this takes time. Warrants. Chain of custody protocols. Environmental assessment. Could be weeks before we can move. I don't have weeks. They're going to foreclose on me in 53 days. We'll do what we can. Meanwhile, don't confront anyone. Don't tell anyone about this meeting. You could be in danger. Too late. I already have a plan. A dangerous one. But I'm done being a victim. Done waiting for the system to save me. The system doesn't save people like me. The system protects people like Diane. So I'm going outside the system. I'm going public. I'm going to expose everything. Everyone. All at once. And either they go down, or I do. But this ends now. The EPA agents leave. Give me their cards. Tell me to be careful. I drive home with my evidence secured. Uploaded. Backed up. And I start planning my move. The HOA meeting is Thursday night. 3 days away. Diane thinks she's won. She has no idea what's coming. Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. I arrive at the community center early. Laptop bag. Projector I borrowed. Extension cords. The janitor lets me in. Doesn't ask questions. Probably seen enough HOA drama. I set up fast. Laptop connected to the projector. Testing the display. My presentation loads. Photos. Videos. Lab reports. Everything. 6:50 p.m. Diane walks in first. Sees my setup. Her face hardens. Smile disappears. What are you doing? Community presentation. My voice is calm. Steady. My right as a homeowner per Section 3 of the bylaws. Public comment period. You didn't submit a request. Section 3 subsection B. Emergency disclosures regarding community safety don't require advance notice. I memorized the bylaws. Every section. Every loophole. Used her own rules against her. Board members file in. Confused. Whispering. Residents take their seats. 23 people tonight. More than usual. Word spread something was happening. Diane tries to start the meeting. We'll begin with the standard agenda. I stand up. Before we begin, I have urgent information about the infrastructure upgrades. Information every homeowner needs to see. Murmurs ripple through the room. You're out of order. Diane's voice rises. I'm a homeowner with evidence of criminal activity on HOA property. Section 3 subsection B requires the board to hear emergency safety disclosures. The room goes silent. I walk to the front. Hit play on my laptop. The projector lights up. My footage fills the screen. Excavators tearing up my property. Workers in hazmat gloves. Black barrels being lowered into trenches. Close-ups of the unmarked containers. These aren't drainage pipes, I say. Every eye in the room is on the screen. These are industrial waste barrels. Buried on my property without my knowledge or consent. I click to the next slide. Lab report. Official letterhead. Chemical compounds listed. I had the contents tested. Heavy metals. Industrial solvents. Carcinogenic compounds. This is an illegal dump site. On homeowner land. On MY land. Someone gasps. Others whisper urgently. Diane stands. This is slander. You have no proof those samples. EPA has the samples. I cut her off. Show the evidence forms. EPA case number. Agent signatures. They're investigating right now. Warrants are being prepared. Because this isn't just about my property. I click to property records. Foreclosure documents. Summit Ridge LLC purchases. 12 properties foreclosed in 6 years. All bought by Summit Ridge. That company's registered agent? Robert Crawford. Your husband, Diane. The room explodes. Shouting. People standing. Homeowners demanding answers. This is a land fraud scheme. I continue over the noise. Create fake infrastructure emergencies. Charge massive assessments. Foreclose when homeowners can't pay. Buy the properties cheap through a shell company. But it's worse than fraud. I show photos of my neighbor's obituary. The Marine who died. This man fought back 6 years ago. He died of cancer 8 months later. Environmental toxins. They poisoned him. A woman in the front row screams. They buried barrels on the Morrison property. That's 3 houses from me. My kids play in that yard. More shouting. Chaos. Diane grabs her bag. Tries to leave. 2 homeowners block the door. You're not going anywhere. A man growls. Diane's cornered. Trapped. Her face shifts. Panic. Then something worse. Rage. You have no idea what you've done, she hisses at me. Venom in every word. The people we're working with. The companies behind this. You just signed your death warrant. The room goes cold. Is that a threat? Someone shouts. Diane realizes what she said. Tries to backtrack. I didn't mean. That's not. But it's too late. Everyone heard it. I recorded it. And 6 people are already on their phones. Calling lawyers. Calling police. Calling news stations. Diane pushes through the crowd. Runs for her car. I watch her taillights disappear into darkness. And I know. This isn't over. She just declared war. I leave the meeting with 6 other homeowners. We exchange numbers. Email addresses. Promise to share everything we have. File a class action lawsuit. Get more lawyers. More evidence. We're fighting back together now. I feel victorious driving home. Finally I expose the truth. Then I notice the truck. Black. Tinted windows. No front plate. Following me. My adrenaline spikes instantly. I take a random turn. Side road into residential area. The truck follows. Another turn. Still there. My heart's hammering now, hands gripping the steering wheel. I'm on back roads. Forest on both sides. No other cars. No witnesses. The truck accelerates. Pulls alongside me. I can't see the driver. Just dark glass reflecting moonlight. Then it swerves. Wham! Metal crunching. My car jerks right. Toward the shoulder. Toward the trees. I slam the brakes. Tires screaming. My car fishtails. Gravel spraying. The truck speeds off. Engine roaring. Disappears around a curve. Gone. I'm stopped sideways on the road. Shaking. Heart threatening to explode out of my chest. That wasn't an accident. That was a message. A warning. I check my car. Deep dent in the driver's door. Paint scraped off. But drivable. I don't go home. I drive straight to the police station. Walking still shaking. Someone just ran me off the road. Deliberately. I need to file a report. The officer on duty, young guy, crew cut, takes out a notepad. Looks bored. Did you get a plate number? No. It happened too fast. Can you describe the driver? Windows were tinted. I couldn't see. Any witnesses? No. Back road. I was alone. He closes the notebook. Not much we can do. Could have been a drunk driver. Road rage. Without a plate or witness, there's no way to identify the vehicle. This is connected to the HOA situation. I just exposed them tonight. Sir. He cuts me off. I understand you're upset, but we can't assume motive without evidence. I'll file the report. If you remember any other details, give us a call. He doesn't believe me, or doesn't want to believe me. Either way, I'm on my own. I don't go home. Not yet. I check into a motel 2 towns over. Pay cash. Park and back. Register under a fake name. Sit on the bed with my laptop. Going through every document I have. That's when I find it. Hidden in the HOA bylaws. An amendment from 5 years ago. Page 247. Buried in legal language. The board maintains operational partnerships with third-party infrastructure contractors and certified environmental management companies for the purpose of implementing community improvement projects and waste disposal solutions. Environmental management companies. Waste disposal solutions. That's code. This isn't just Diane. This goes deeper. Way deeper. Someone bigger is involved. A company using the HOA as a front for illegal dumping operations. Diane's just the local operator. The face. The enforcer. But who's behind her? Who's paying for this? I need more evidence. More names. More connections. But first, I need to survive. That truck was a warning. Next time, it won't be. I check the locks on the motel door. Chair propped under the handle. Curtains drawn. Lights off. I sit in darkness with my laptop. Screen glow the only light. And I keep digging. Because if I stop, I'm dead. If I run, they win. So I dig deeper. And I find something that changes everything. My phone buzzes. 6:14 a.m. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. Could be them. Another threat. But something makes me pick up. Hello. Heavy breathing. Then, it's Marcus. I worked the excavation on your property. Foreman, I need to talk to you. Right now? Alone. My heart stops. Why should I trust you? Because they're going to kill you. His voice is shaking. Scared. And I don't want that on my conscience. I got a kid. I can't keep doing this. Where? There's a diner off Route 40. Small place. Blue awning. 20 minutes. Come alone, or I'm gone. He hangs up. I grab my keys. Drive paranoid. Checking mirrors every 5 seconds. The diner's nearly empty. Just 2 truckers at the counter. Waitress refilling coffee. Marcus is in the back booth. Baseball cap pulled low. Sunglasses inside. Looks like he hasn't slept in days. I slide across from him. Talk. He pulls out a USB drive. Slides it across the table. His hand is shaking. Everything's on here. Manifests. Disposal records. Payment trails. Company emails. I've been working for these people for 3 years. 12 sites across 5 counties. Burying hazardous waste on HOA properties. I reach for the drive. My hand's shaking too. Diane's operation? That's just one of 12. She's a regional operator. Small fish. Who's above her? Company called Cascade Environmental Solutions. They have contracts with factories, industrial plants, chemical manufacturers. Disposal costs thousands per barrel if done legally. So they pay off HOA presidents instead. Create fake infrastructure projects. Bury the waste. HOA gets kickbacks. Company saves millions. My blood runs cold. Homeowners. Marcus continues. Their collateral damage. Get poisoned. Get sick. Company doesn't care. Diane doesn't care. It's just money. How much has Diane made? 400,000 over 6 years. Cash payments. Offshore accounts. It's all on the drive. I stare at the USB. This tiny thing holds everything. But the people above Diane? Marcus leans forward, voice dropping to a whisper. They're connected. Politicians. Judges. People who make problems disappear. You go public with this, you're signing your death warrant. They already tried to run me off the road last night. Marcus nods. Warning shot. Next time they won't miss. That's why I'm here. This drive? It's your life insurance. You release it publicly. Everywhere at once. They can't touch you without confirming everything you're saying. But you gotta do it fast. Before they find you. He stands up. Adjusts his cap. I'm leaving the state tonight. New identity. Taking my daughter somewhere safe. You should disappear too. I can't. Not until I finish this. Marcus looks at me. Sad. Like he's looking at a dead man. Then work fast. You got maybe 48 hours before they locate you. After that, he trails off. Good luck. He walks out. Gone. I sit there holding the USB drive. The weight of it. Not physical. The weight of what it represents. Truth. Evidence. Justice. And death. Mine. If I'm not careful, I pocket the drive. Leave cash on the table. Walk out into morning sunlight. And I know exactly what I have to do. I'm going public. Everywhere. All at once. Upload everything. YouTube. Social media. News stations. EPA. FBI. Make it impossible to silence. They can kill me. But they can't kill information once it's viral. I just need to survive long enough to press upload. I don't go back to the motel. Too risky. They might have tracked me there. I drive to the EPA field office instead. The agents from before are there. Same two. Salt and pepper hair guy and his partner. I walk in holding the USB drive like a weapon. This is everything. Upload it. Distribute it. Make copies. Right now. They plug it in. Start scanning files. Both faces go pale. Jesus Christ, the younger one mutters. This is federal racketeering. RICO violations. Environmental crimes across state lines. Multiple defendants. The older agent looks at me. This is enough to bring down the entire operation. But we need to move carefully. Chain of custody. Warrants. We need to coordinate with FBI. No. I cut him off. I'm not waiting. I'm going public. Tonight. Sir, that could compromise the investigation. They tried to kill me yesterday. How long until they succeed? You want justice? I'm delivering it. My way. They try to argue. Procedure. Protocol. Safety. I don't care. I leave with my USB drive. Head to a library. Public computer. Anonymous. I create accounts on every platform. YouTube. Twitter. Facebook. Reddit. TikTok. Instagram. Start uploading files. Maps showing all 12 dump sites. Financial records showing payments to Diane and 11 other HOA presidents. Chemical analysis reports. Photos. Videos. Everything. I write a description. Simple. Clear. Environmental crime exposed. HOAs across 5 counties running illegal toxic waste dumps on homeowner properties. Full evidence inside. I schedule everything to go live at 8 p.m. tonight. 2 hours from now. Simultaneous uploads across all platforms. Then I send copies to every news station within 200 miles. Local, national, cable news, newspapers, environmental advocacy groups. Subject line, breaking federal environmental crime, full evidence attached. My phone explodes with unknown numbers. Threats coming through. Stop what you're doing. Last warning. You're a dead man. I block them all. Keep working. 6:47 p.m. Everything's uploaded. Scheduled. Ready to go live. I just need to survive 1 more hour and 13 minutes. Then someone pounds on the library door. Maintenance. Building's closing early. Gas leak. I look around. The library's still open. People still inside. There's no gas leak. I peek through the window. 2 men in suits. Not maintenance. Same truck from yesterday parked outside. Black. Tinted windows. They found me. I grab my laptop. Run for the back exit. Burst through the emergency door. Alarm screaming. The men are already running around the building. Coming for me. I sprint to my car. Tires screaming, pulling out. They're 30 feet behind. I drive downtown. Public places. Witnesses everywhere. 7:15 p.m. 45 minutes until the uploads go live. I pull into the police station parking lot. Run inside. I need protection. Federal crime. EPA investigation. People are trying to kill me. The desk sergeant, different one from before, looks confused but picks up his phone. I sit in the lobby, laptop open, watching the countdown. 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. The sergeant's still on the phone, transferring me to someone, waiting for someone. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. 8 p.m. Live. My laptop shows the uploads processing. Going public. Spreading. I refresh. 1,200 views. Then 3,400. Then 8,900. It's working. The truth is out there now, and nobody can stop it. The story goes viral in 90 minutes. I watch it happen in real time. Sitting in that police station lobby. Laptop screen glowing. 50,000 views. Then 200,000. Then 500,000. News stations pick it up. Local first. Then regional. Then national. CNN. MSNBC. Fox. All of them. Breaking, multi-state environmental crime ring exposed. HOA presidents accused of running illegal toxic waste dumps. Federal investigation launched after whistleblower evidence goes viral. My phone dies from notifications. Crashes. Won't even turn back on. The EPA issues an official statement. Following credible evidence of environmental crimes, federal warrants have been issued. FBI raids start at 11 p.m. Live news helicopters hovering. Footage of agents swarming Diane's house. The HOA office. Cascade Environmental Solutions headquarters in 3 different states. Diane's arrested on her front lawn. Handcuffs. Perp walk. Cameras everywhere. Her husband, Robert, arrested at his office, trying to shred documents. 11 other HOA presidents across 5 counties, all arrested within 6 hours. The CEO of Cascade Environmental Solutions, turns out he's a former state legislator. Big donor. Connected to everyone. He's arrested at the airport. Private jet fueled up. Passport in hand. Running to Mexico. It's massive. By morning, it's the top story everywhere. Within a week, the homeowners of Greenridge Valley file a class action lawsuit. 23 families. We're suing Cascade, the HOA board, every contractor involved, demanding full remediation, medical monitoring, damages, everything. The EPA begins cleanup operations. My property is declared a contaminated site. 14 other properties too. They excavate every barrel, document everything. It'll take years to fully clean, millions of dollars. But we're alive. More importantly, we stopped them. Marcus, the whistleblower foreman, he testifies in exchange for immunity. His evidence combined with mine? Airtight case. He's in witness protection now. New identity. His daughter's safe. Starting over somewhere nobody can find them. I stand on my property 3 months later. December. First snow dusting the mountains. The trenches are gone. Barrels excavated and disposed of properly. EPA contractors doing deep soil remediation. It doesn't look like paradise anymore. Looks like a construction site. But it will be paradise again. Eventually, they offered me a buyout. Full property value plus damages. I could walk away rich. Start over somewhere clean. I refused. This is my land. I fought for it. Bled for it. Almost died for it. I'm not giving it up. Diane Crawford is facing 40 years in federal prison. No plea deal. Prosecutors want to make an example. Her husband flipped on his partners. Testimony in exchange for reduced sentence. He's giving up everyone. Politicians who looked the other way. Judges who dismissed complaints. Factory owners who paid for the illegal dumping. The dominoes keep falling. The other 11 HOA presidents are scrambling for plea deals. Some cooperating. Some fighting. All losing. Cascade Environmental Solutions? Bankrupt. Liquidated. Owners facing criminal charges and billion-dollar cleanup costs. My neighbor, the old man who warned me, he stops by one afternoon. Brings coffee. We sit on my temporary deck watching EPA crews work. You did it, he says quietly. You actually did it. I shake my head. We did it. You. Marcus. Every homeowner who stood up. He nods. Wipes his eyes. My old neighbor. The Marine who died? His widow called me last week. She's reopening his case. New evidence. Your evidence. She might finally get justice for him. That hits me harder than anything. Tears blur my vision. This wasn't just about saving my property. It was about stopping them from destroying anyone else. About justice for people who couldn't fight back. The story goes national. I'm interviewed on news programs. 60 Minutes. Dateline. A documentary crew wants exclusive access. But the most important moment comes 3 weeks later. A family in Ohio contacts me through the documentary producers. They're fighting their HOA over suspicious infrastructure upgrades. Trenches, barrels, massive assessments. They watch my story, recognize the pattern. They started investigating, testing, documenting. They found barrels too, 28 of them. Industrial waste, illegal dumping. And they're not backing down. They're fighting, using my playbook. EPA's investigating their case now. More arrests coming. Then another family. Montana. Same story. Same pattern. More barrels. More evidence. Then another. Texas. Another. Pennsylvania. The dominoes keep falling. My story inspired them. Showed them they could fight back. Could win. I get a call from the EPA. The older agent. Salt and pepper hair. We've identified 34 more suspected dump sites using your case as a template. Across 17 states. This is bigger than anyone imagined. You didn't just expose one crime. You exposed an entire industry. A nationwide conspiracy. He pauses. You saved lives. Hundreds. Maybe thousands. People who would have been poisoned. People who would have lost their homes. You stopped it all. I sit on my deck that night. Snow falling softly. Mountains standing silent and strong against winter sky. The lake's frozen now. Perfect ice reflecting starlight. This is still paradise. Still my dream. But it means something more now. I didn't just fight for my land. I fought for everyone's right to be safe in their own homes. Diane Crawford thought she could bury the truth in my backyard. Instead, I dug it up and showed the world. The HOA tried to destroy me, poison me, kill me. They failed. Now they're the ones buried. Under evidence. Under justice. Under the weight of their own crimes. And me? I'm finally free. Free from fear. Free from corruption. Free to rebuild my dream. As I close my eyes that night, I hear something. Even through the snow. Even through the cold. The stream. Still bubbling. Still flowing under the ice. Exactly like the day I arrived. But I'm not the same person anymore. I'm stronger. I'm a fighter. I'm someone who refused to be a victim. And I'm home. If this story moved you, if it made you angry, gave you hope, or inspired you to stand up for yourself, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from and if you've ever faced something like this. Your story matters. Your voice matters. Together, we're stronger than any corrupt system. Don't let anyone bury your truth.